Oh, gee, thanks. Wow. Rude much. Okay. Okay. Where's link? Okay. Okay. There we go. Hello there. Making sure I have everything situated where I need it because I don't want to get up because I'm lazy. And I think I'm good to go. So I don't know why I've got chat up on two screens. That makes no sense to me. So I'm going to turn off my tablet here. Give me 1 second. That'll actually free it up if I need to pull anything up. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Hey, Nicole. Is this too dark? Do I need to turn on more lights? I'm in my office at the moment because I'm comfy in here and I didn't feel like clearing off my cutting table and standing at it, and I didn't feel like sitting at my sewing table. Okay, so I have 3 packages to open. 2 of them are from J&R Edwards, And the third one is from Spoonflower. Which one should I open first? I'm going to go for the smaller packages first because they've got this whole box over here as well. So should we go for little J&R or Spoonflower first? Oh, of course, Melissa, you want to see all the J&R goodies. So, this one, there's no vinyl on it, so. Duh. I get to use, this is the crappiest pair of scissors I own. I actually bought these, I think at Walmart. And they suck. That's why they're my office scissors. Although I am tempted to buy another 8-inch pair of those shears that I use as my sewing table everything scissors. Because they're comfy and they're weighted. And they work so much better. I know you know what's in these packages. Hi. Alright, so not showing you my info. So these ones I just placed from the retail. And there might be some left if anybody is interested. So this one is called Falling for Butterfly. Spider webs, and those are moths. You misnamed it, Reen. It's moths, not butterflies. I don't care, they're pretty. Orange, spider webs, spooky, Halloween, mine. And I don't know what I want to make with this one yet. But I saw it and I was like, I've got some moth hardware that needs to go on that. Those are pretty. This is cotton woven. Actually, all of these are, no, these two are cotton canvas. Okay, this next one is one that I just randomly threw in my cart because I'd seen them before. But it's so freaking cute. Look at that! Look at those kitties! I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But it is so pretty. I pet it. I pet it. And then this one, I don't normally buy anything that is I don't care what it's named, I still wanted it. So I don't normally buy anything related to Disney anymore. I did it a lot when I first started sewing, but after seeing shops getting taken down and generally just not really loving everything Disney, I kind of just stopped. But there is a very small portion of things that I will make an exception for if I really, really love it. And one of those things is Nightmare Before Christmas. And you put it in a dollhouse print, and of course I'm going to snatch it up. Mine. This one, I actually got, what did I get? Like I got a full yard of this one. Kind of wish I had got more. But there's more than enough because I think I might make myself a temper out of this one. I love it. There was also a plain dollhouse print, but that one sold out. And I didn't even see it until after it sold out. But I love Nightmare Before Christmas, so mine. So that's it for those. I'm going to go ahead and do the Spoonflower one real quick. Just because I'm kind of worried they didn't send it all. This feels like there's only 2 yards, maybe 3. I'm hoping that there's 4 in here. A lot of people don't like Spoonflower, and I think that a lot of the reason is because that's what they hear. Something that you have to keep in mind when you order from Spoonflower is that their prints are only done on natural materials, so you're never going to get any vinyl there. They also don't do animal materials, so you're not going to find leather. And they don't have anything like cork. So it's all mostly heavy linens, cottons, and canvas. And I don't mind it. I actually really love how stiff their cypress cotton canvas is. So I will buy their petal cotton, which is their basic, cheapest cotton, on a print that I like that might be a lining. But if it's a print that I absolutely love, I will get it on the cypress cotton canvas. The cotton canvas is pretty expensive sometimes. If you don't get it on sale, I believe it's about 45 bucks a yard. So it's definitely not cheap. But when you see some of these prints, I think you'll understand why I didn't go for cotton. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I do have 4. All right, so one of these, this one is actually their petal cotton. And this one, I just got 1 yard of it because I want to try it out. I didn't know that the print was going to be so damn big, but look how gorgeous that is. I mean, you're going to have to do something like this with like pin-up stripes, or pinstripes and something witchy, because I want that. I want that. This is definitely going to be a lining, but it's going to have to be in a big bag because the print is so large. I didn't see an option for a different scale, so otherwise I would have grabbed one. But this is, come apart, damn it. All right, so as you can see, this is their petal signature cotton. This is exclusive to Spoonflower. And it's slightly heavier than a quilting cotton, but not by a lot. It definitely feels more durable. And it's very soft to the touch. It sews like a dream. They do not take very long to ship. It all depends on how much you order, because they usually will send your order to the printer within like 3 or 4 days of your order being placed. And then it might take like another 3 or 4 days to get it completely printed. I typically get my Spoonflower prints within about 10 days. So it doesn't take too long at all. Yes, this is really cute. And something at a slightly smaller scale would be gorgeous. So if I can see, actually the designer reached out to me and followed me on Instagram the other day. So I'm going to reach out and see if there's any way they would be willing to do a slightly smaller scale of this print if I can't find one in the shop. So, all right, so now these 3, one of these I did buy on a really large scale on purpose. Oh God, with bats, it's over. I'd have to get like 10 yards of that. Pinstripe bats, oh my God. Ugh. Okay, so anybody who knows me knows that I love spooky and I love vintage. One thing that I really, really love about vintage is, you know, circa 40s, 50s, maybe 60s Halloween. And I love finding prints that are inspired by that and not necessarily exactly the same. This one's probably a little bit closer to 70s, but I still really liked it. And this one is definitely going to be a temper. So we got one that's got all of the vintage spookies. Yeah, apparently we didn't do enough bats. I did not show her the 3. I only showed her that initial tester one. I did not show her the 3. So, and this one I thought was really, really fun. I might actually do 2 or 3 tempers with this one because the print is so large. I think this will be a really fun bag. Then these next 2 are love, 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 love. I've seen a design like this first one previously, but I don't think this is exactly the same. But oh my God, the psycho in me said, get it. Look at that. I am definitely going to make some smaller bags out of this one. Oh, and I didn't even show the difference between these 2 are both the Cypress cotton canvas. I did not pay $45 for each of these. I paid, I want to say 32 because they were actually on sale. It does look like a demented Pac-Man or zombie Pac-Man. So this one is the Cypress cotton canvas, and you can physically see the difference in the materials. So again, like the regular petal cotton is more durable feeling than quilting cotton. This is also slightly more durable feeling than standard cotton canvas would be. But it's not as thick and bulky as like Fabric Wholesale Direct's waterproof canvas. And this is not waterproof. They do not coat any of the materials with any kind of chemicals whatsoever. So you're never going to have any kind of harsh backing on them, and they're not going to be funky feeling to the touch. They do have a smell, but that is just the ink. Every single piece that I've ever ordered from them has always had that same smell, and I've determined it's the ink, not the fabric. But that's okay. You do not need to interface it. However, if you also know me, I put stabilizer and or foam on everything. You don't need to interface it. However, because it does fray, I would recommend interfacing it just to kind of help lock it in. But you don't need anything super thick either. Like the only time I've ever interfaced this was with, I think I used SF 101 or the WAWAC equivalent, one of those 2. Other than that, I've only ever used stabilizer like Decoville Heavy or Decoville Light, or foam on the back of this. This one, can't even see what I'm pointing at. This one right here. I love stabilized bags, if you can't tell. The only design that I've ever done that has the least amount of stabilization in it is the Greedy Clutch. And that was just because, you know, it's tiny and it didn't need to be too heavy, and I just thought thin foam would work, and it did. So with me, I'm not an expert when it comes to using the right materials for things. I just kind of play around and guesstimate everything, and it usually turns out working well. And if it doesn't work well, the testers will let me know and then I'll figure it out. But luckily, I've never had anybody come to me and say, okay, don't use stabilizer on this, or this needs to be interfaced, or why do we have to use foam? So I feel like I'm on the right track. Oh, damn it, my tea's gone. Okay, so for the last Spoonflower print, and probably my favorite out of all of these, I do not have an obsession with moths. Yes, I do. Reen, you know this. Look at that one. Glorious. This is glorious. Part of me thinks this looks like it could be like a living room chair. I would reupholster a chair in this, but it is gorgeous. And I did get a large print because this one is also probably going to be a temper. Although I was also considering doing a flatterer with it, except I would probably do a frame in the center and then do like an applique moth on top of it. I haven't decided yet, but I do love this print. I love it. I love it. I just wish that, I mean, I know that there are some designers that are on there who sell their files separately so that it can be printed elsewhere, but I wish more of them were available off of Spoonflower, like Joanna Parker, oh my god, and Miss Fluff. If the two of them allowed their stuff to be printed elsewhere, I'd be getting it on all the vinyl. But something like this I would love to have in vinyl. But I don't know if they allow that or not. So I would love to have a chair that looked like this. God, Grandma's day chair. Gotta wait for all of the Gen Xers to get really, really old before we start seeing goth granny furniture, I think. So these are all of the ones that I bought from Spoonflower. And I will keep buying from them when I feel like I want something fancy. I don't like to buy from them super often because I have a problem. I'm just a little bit of a hoarder, and I don't really have the space for very much in the way of foldable materials like cotton or canvas. I still have some space for rolls, but I did buy some vinyl, so I'll be filling up some of that space tomorrow. But, you know, there's always so many fun prints that are on there, and I find myself doing the same thing that I do when I buy vinyl, which is filling up my cart with like 30 or 40 items and then having to go through and narrow it down to like 4. I think the most I've ever let myself purchase at once was 6. And I still haven't gone through all of them. But I do love sewing with them. So, oh, she did awesome with her chair. She did. All right, now we're going to open the big box. This one kind of irked me because it always takes like a week to a week and a half for most things to get to me from California. And it's very rare that anything comes faster than that. The first package that I ordered, I just, I got that within 3 days of it going to USPS, which is completely out of the ordinary. However, this box got to Minneapolis and then decided that it wanted to go to Wisconsin. And then the next day it changed its mind and came back to Minneapolis and then got delivered a day after. So it basically took 2.5 days worth of extra road tripping before it got to me. And I don't like that. And then what was weird was the mail carriers never came to the mail to deliver any mail that day until really late. Like I was messaging Reen like, oh my God, they didn't drop it off. It's supposed to be out for delivery all day today and they still haven't dropped it off. And then I saw one of the mail carrier trucks go flying down the street and I'm like, what the hell? And it just drove me nuts. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't even stop. I want my stuff. At like, what was it? Like a little after 8 that night, my mail carrier shows up in plain clothes, brings the box to the front door, and then as she's leaving, she looks straight up at my driveway camera like she knows she done screwed up, and then goes and proceeds to deliver the mail. And what made it weird was that I had 3 packages delivered at that point. She dropped off the box. She dropped off the second package, but the third one she decided to drop in the mailbox instead of just setting it by my front door with the other 2. So that was a fun day. I smell vinyl. Okay. So everything in this box is a pre-order. And what is this? What is this? Hello, Lindiana. Okay, I'm trying to open this thing up. Yep, see, I love that. I love that. I keep track of, see, I don't have a gazillion packages that go out. Like I saw that picture of you posted about all the packages. I don't do anything like that. I think at the most I've sent like 6 orders at a time. So I'm glad that my shipping is quite low. But I do track every single order from the moment it's scanned until the moment it's delivered. Because I do not play no jokes with this stuff. Oh, cute little stickers. I didn't know you guys even popped stickers in your orders. Is that a pre-order thing? And I don't need this code. So this is actually, oh my God, I don't know why I'm so coffee right now. This is actually 2 different pre-orders. And there's only one thing that's not in here. Reen, is that right? There was only one that didn't show up because the printers didn't send it. So they suck. But hopefully they'll send it with the next one. Just catch up here. Oh yeah, those staffing shortages are, ugh. And they wonder why post office workers go postal. Oh wow, really? That's insane. If I send out a $400 order, you better make sure that I'm going to make sure it's fully covered. Although technically when it comes to shipping bags, you want to try and keep the cost down. I mean, I go through a discount shipper, so my shipping is never like crazy. But you want to make sure that when you are shipping bags, that you are covering the insurance for the cost of the materials of what it would cost to replace the item, not how much you charged your customer. So if you're selling a $200 bag and it only cost you $70 to make, you want to make sure that you're covering that $70, not the $200. So kind of tricky, but when you're shipping things like I don't know, say you're reselling something that you paid $200 for, you want to make sure that you've got that full $200 covered. All right, so the first one I'm going to show off. Oh my God. That does look better than it did in the picture. I'm so happy. I'm going to have to get more. Okay, so a while ago I had purchased, I don't purchase files often because a lot of the times the files that I do want, somebody's already purchased and they're already selling it on Fabric. So it's not always necessary. But there was a time where I did buy a bunch of files that I really wanted, and I haven't seen anybody else carry this print yet. So I know it's out there, I just haven't seen it. And a few people actually liked it when they saw it in the teaser post. And I used this inside of a Lauren bag that I made a while back. And I was like, oh my God, I need more of that. I need more. So I got more, and I'm so happy. This is on their water-resistant canvas. And this, the color came out gorgeous on here. Even better than I thought it would. I've been reluctant to get it printed anywhere else. The last time I had it, I had ordered from somewhere that when you bought a bag roll of vinyl, you could get a free bit of, oh, what is that stuff called? It's not canvas. What is that stuff called? Anyway, it was one of the cheaper fabrics, and it came out looking nice, but I just did not like the feel of it. And so I never ordered it again, but I tested it on here, and I love it. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. I'm always happy when I get stuff from J&R. Always. I've never had an issue. Actually, can I tell the story, Reen, about the 2 rolls of vinyl? Set that aside. Ripstop. Yes, that is the stuff that it was. I don't like the feel of Ripstop. And it was the first time I ever had anything printed on Ripstop. And while it looked nice, I hated the feel of it because it feels cheap. It just does not feel... I don't want to stick my hand in a bag and feel Ripstop. It makes it feel really cheap. So that's one of the reasons why I'm constantly using waterproof canvas. But I might be making the switch to water-resistant canvas, especially since I can get my own files printed at J&R. So there we go. Oh, see, I didn't know that they would pay out to the customer. I thought they always paid out to the shipper. But either way it goes. I mean, I would still remake a bag, but... So the way that I came across J&R was, I believe it was in the Sew Whatever group. Someone had asked about a certain print, and that was one of the shops that was recommended. And I'll just leave this here so you can look at something pretty instead of my talking hands. So I pulled up the site and I was like, oh, this is the kind of stuff I might get into. So I bookmarked it. And then I had a customer who wanted a custom narcissist bag. And she told me she didn't know exactly what she was looking for. I said, hey, check out this site that I just found and see if there's anything on there. And if there is, I will order it and I'll make your bag. So she picked out this green Plague Doctor vinyl. And I got it and I loved the quality and I made the bag and she was super happy with it. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'm definitely going to have to get more prints from this shop. Then I went to go place another order and for another custom. And there was a couple of prints that I got, I think. Unless it was just one, I don't remember. Anyways, I placed my order and they shipped it out. And then when I got it, it was not what I ordered. It was completely different, like not even in the same style. And it was this, what was it called? It was sort of like this voodoo print. I can't remember what it was called. It was on the top of my head before. Anyways, it was this gray and black voodoo styled print. And that's not what was in the package. And I was like, this is weird. So I messaged and I was like, hey, I got my order, but it's not what I ordered. And Reen looked into it and it turned out she sent my vinyl to somebody else and sent their vinyl to me. And I was cracking up about it. But because she took ownership of it, immediately contacted the other customer, sorted it out and had us ship the orders to each other. Like she paid for the labels and then had us ship the orders to the correct person. So it didn't go back to her. It went from customer to customer, basically. And then I got the right vinyl and I made the bag and the customer was happy and everything. And I just thought that was hilarious. But the fact that it was someone who was willing to own up to their mistake. Tonic Essence, yes, that's what it was. Somebody who owned up to the mistake and didn't just make excuses. And I just had so much respect for her after that. And I've dealt with a lot of shops that the shop owners are just basically like, you know, oops, well, whatever, you know, it happens. I guess I'll refund you or send it back and I'll send the right one, or, you know, blaming. There was one time when I had placed an order with a particular shop and I received multiple tracking numbers, which I thought was weird because it was only one order. And I tracked them and they were delivered to a different city. And when I contacted the owner and I was like, hey, these are the tracking numbers that I was giving and it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered to me. She basically put me, you know, on hold through Facebook Messenger and put on one of her associates, who then proceeded to basically tell me that I was lying, that I did not get those tracking numbers, and that they put the correct tracking number in my email, and that I was wrong. And then basically threw the correct tracking email or correct tracking number at me and called it a day. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to deal with people like that. And I haven't purchased from them since, and I'm not going to. So somebody who knows that mistakes happen and owns up to their mistakes is going to earn my respect immediately. And she's had it ever since, you know? So now I prefer to shop with Reen and Justin as one of my, I think I only buy from like 4 or 5 places now. So, you know, I'm happy with what I get from them. And I prefer shopping with a human than with an industry. So there's that little story. Oh no, they're in business. The one that essentially called me a liar. They are still in business. I'll tell you who it was later. I'm not going to say who it is on here, but they absolutely are still in business. They are a very large business within our small community. So I'll leave it at that for now. All right, so now all of that aside, yeah, no, I've also, I mean, there's other businesses that I've dealt with. There's like all of those, you can't really call all of them scams, but all of the issues that people have had with pre-orders. You know, there's a lot of companies that are tanking because they screwed up because they don't know how to run their business. And I won't shop with some of them anymore. So, okay, back to the pretties because, you know, fun stuff. So I got 2 of these. One is a panel, if I can find it. Oh, all the panels are wrapped together, I think. Yes. Okay. So this first one is super fun. Hi, Yvonne. Open this up here. This is one that I saw a lot of people drooling over, wishing that they'd gotten it. A lot of people don't like pink. I love pink in small doses unless it comes with black. Pink and black is one of my obsessions. It doesn't matter if it's a dark pink or a light pink. If it comes with black, I want it. And this is gorgeous. This is freaking gorgeous. And then the fact that it comes on crosshatch. Crosshatch is my weakness when it comes to vinyl. And then I had to get the matching panel. How freaking cute is that? How freaking cute is that? Oh my God. I need to sew that up. I don't even know what I'm going to make with it yet. I had to buy it because I had to buy it. Let me go see what the hell is making my dogs bark. They're pissing me off. Girls, shut your butts. Go lay down. Kiva, go lay down. Go lay down. Shut your butt. Ugh. They're barking at flies. I'm assuming. They always bark when there's nothing actually there. But then she saw me and started tippy-tappy dancing. So, shut up, Melissa. Plaid and bats. We've got some coming, right? So, calm down. The next one is another panel. And where is it? Here it is. All right, so some of you may have seen a couple of bowlers that I did recently in this print. This one is called Dead or Alive. And there was a panel. So I got the panel. I really, really, really love this print. And it's not often that I strike a print that I want to buy the print more. But I did. This one I really, really loved. And that bag has not sold yet, but I still wanted to make another one because I like looking at it. And then I also bought more of this one, which is the other print that I did the second bowler bag in. Rock and Roll Stripes. And I just thought they were both really fun prints. The other ones were, I believe, this one was in Dragon Sheen, and the other one was, was in cotton. It was. That bag did already sell. It actually sold to someone right here in Minnesota who lives like 25 minutes away from me. It was hilarious. But I love that print and I want to do more with it. And let's see here. I'm trying to go in order, so along the same lines, this one is called Paint It Punk. And I thought that was a really fun one. Definitely remind me a lot of the 80s punk scene with a bit of 90s flair thrown into it. All the bright colors. I love it. So that one's a new one to me. That'll be fun to sew up. All of the vinyl is from J&R Edwards. The water-resistant canvas is J&R Edwards. All of the cottons that I showed are J&R Edwards. And then all of the rest of the stuff was Spoonflower. This one, I wasn't sure if I had grabbed it or not. I'd seen it a few times before. And when I saw that it was available, I was like, just get it now. Get it or you're going to regret it. Get it. So I got it. This one's called Mayhem Rose. I think I got it upside down. How freaking pretty is that? Oh my God. Oh, I love the smell of vinyl. Oh, the smell of vinyl. Really? Need to get you a good vinyl dealer up there. And then this is another one that I've been eyeing for a while. This one is called Skull Stripes. And there's like 10 different patterns that I wanted to make with this one, but I only bought one roll, so I'm going to have to settle for 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4. I think it's small enough of a print that I could actually get a wallet out of it, and it would be a decent scale. And then some kind of a matching bag. Oh, see, there you go. You can order from J&R Edwards. And if you check the description of the video, I have a link to both the retail site and the pre-order site. Well, there you go, Melissa. All right, so then that's it for the first order. The water-resistant canvas was actually on the second order. I try to get it in there if I can. The one piece that is missing is nothing really special. It was just a polka dot that I designed just because I don't have any polka dot vinyl and I want some. I don't know anybody that actually carries any that doesn't have some weird crazy design on it. Okay, so this one, I have a thing for tattoo or script prints, or literature prints. So when I saw this and the fact that there was moths on it, isn't that gorgeous? And to make it even better, there's a panel! Are you freaking kidding me? I'm not obsessed with mauves. Not at all. I just love them. I really do. This one's called Dead or Alive. That one. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you, Reen. That is so amazing of you. Guys, take advantage of that. You got a week to go and grab some of these. There is a ton of good stuff in their pre-orders. So there's a bit of everything for everyone. Speaking of one, this is the last one. Kind of wish I'd ordered more because, oh my God, I'm getting so damn excited about all this stuff. Okay, so again, we go back to the whole vintage thing. This is one of the styles that I really, really love from like the 50s. Is anything atomic style. And when I saw that they had an atomic kitty print, look at it. Oh my God. This is definitely going to have to be a greedy. Maybe a narcissist. Although I'm kind of leaning more towards a bowler. Because, you know, bowler bags kind of coincide with everything 50s. So, I mean, there is a bowler that I've already designed and I've got a prototype for it and everything. And if I can finish clearing off everything else that I'm working on, maybe that can be the next bag that I work on. Are there too many bowlers already out there? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very happy with my hoard. Very happy. Ooh. See, now you guys are going to go have to keep an eye on the retail site. Never too many bowler bags. I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. There are only 3 bowlers that I actually make from time to time. The How You Doing bowler, what is that one called? I'm going to pull it up because why not? My computer is falling asleep. So it's where are you? Okay. The Baronia bowler bag, which is by Blue Calla. The How You Doing bowler bag, which is, I believe, by Sincerely Jen. Yes. How You Doing bowler bag, which is by Sincerely Jen. And then the Colette bowler bag is my favorite, but also the most complex one to make, and that is by Kaya Papaya. And that is the one that I made out of these 2 guys. Do I have it here somewhere? I don't know. I think it's in the other room, but oh God, you can't lose cool points. That just means that I'm definitely going to have to make a new bowler so that you can test it. The Colette Yeah, that's the one that I did out of, I'll go grab it really quick. I just realized that I have 2 of them on my shelf left, and I can show them both because they're both J&R prints. Well, technically, the first one is JJ's, but since they own JJ's now, it's a J&R print. So, I don't know how well you can see that, but this is the collet. And this is my favorite one. It's just a little more time consuming. Let me zoom out a little bit. Ignore all of my random crap. So this one's got kind of a funky shape, but I love it. Let's set that one over here. And then this one I had to wrap in paper on account of the spikes in it. So this is the one that I made out of dragon sheen. So it's got some nice little 1/2-inch spikes in there. It feels so soft, so smooth. Oh my God. I love the way it feels. And it sews up very well. I did interface with, I believe, cotton. Yeah, so I just put cotton on this one. And you can see that while the textures do look different, there is no loss in quality in the ink. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful fabric. Thank you. I mean, I chalk it all up to the print because the print tells me what it wants to be. And of course, I always make this bag with my tube rolled handles because they're so much fun. I love the way those things feel. So that's basically it. That's everything I've got. So you know what? We're all nerds in one way or another. So cool points can be shuffled around, but you can't lose them. At least not as far as we're concerned. That bag is going to be perfect. Perfect print for the perfect bag. I'm definitely going to have to share how it was named when I get around to doing the new tutorial, because I know that, believe it or not, there are a lot of people who are put off by the name, so they don't want to sew the bag. They don't want to buy it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. But that's okay. I found it funny. And I think it's very fitting with that fabric. I'm so happy with my haul. I really am. And it's all mine. And none of you can have it unless you go and take advantage of that code on the pre-order site and keep an eye out for Wednesday's retail drop. Yep, the narcissist. They do, because I mean, the narcissism is not a fun thing, and a narcissist is not a pretty word, but it was named after a not a very pretty person. I mean, she's quite psychotic. So, I mean, the bag was designed back in 2020. And I came up with the name during a very, very high profile court case. Hey, Justin. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to name my bag after this celebrity. And I didn't want to go by psycho or bed crapper or anything like that. So I thought narcissist was fitting. And it works. And everybody that I've seen actually make one did a really cool job. So I'm pretty sure that anybody who is so offended by the name isn't going to make a cool bag anyway. Well, I mean, what do you call a person like that? She is a narcissist. So I think that this bag is going to be perfect. If anybody is unable to guess who it is by now, then they don't watch enough TV. Viking Fest. What is that? We don't have anything like that, I don't think. And that makes me sad. I actually have ancestry that goes back all the way to the Vikings. And I don't mean the sports team, even though, you know, that is one of the biggest things to come out of Minnesota. But I'm not into football. Well, I mean, Halloween is coming up. Who doesn't need a bat bag around Halloween time? You want to really wait for another whole year, Nicole? Hmm? Well, I'm jealous. Maybe I'll have to, in my mind, come down for a visit and go along. Ooh. I'm sitting here trying to calculate if I have anywhere to put any of this stuff. The last order I unpacked is still covering my cutting table. Oh my God. I think I have a little bit of a problem. Just a little bit, huh? Oh my God. I'll be so jealous. Wait, Justin has a group? Yeah, we're not going to touch that one, Melissa, because you also order a lot more than I do lately. Just a little bit. I've at least managed to rein myself in for the most part. This is 2 orders. And I haven't placed any orders anywhere else. So I think I've done pretty good. Oh, and the Facebook group. You know, I was thinking about seeing if I could do this live in your group, but I've never gone live in Facebook, so I wouldn't know what to do, so I didn't want to mess anything up. I think I spend more on materials than I do selling stuff, but that's got a lot to do with the fact that I have spent a lot of this year dealing with other stuff and I haven't been sewing. And then the majority of the time that I have been sewing, it's only been for strikes or for pattern testing. And I'm not done yet. I still have, we are currently rounding out the second Narcissist 2.0 test. And there is something else coming along in conjunction with that. And then there is a third item coming after that. So once those 3 tests are done, I might have time to squeeze in a couple of bags for Halloween. But then I want to jump into another bag. I'd like to have another full bag released before the end of the year. Excuse me, Renaissance Pleasure Fair, what? That just sounds intriguing. I am busy. I'm trying really hard. It's not going to be the way I had planned it to be. When school starts in Minnesota, we don't start school until the first or second week of September. And then they always get out the first week of June. So apparently, according to the rest of the country, our school year is relatively short. But they also only get like 1 or 2 days off every once in a while. And then they have 2 weeks off for Christmas vacation. And then they have 1 week off for spring break. And then other than that, we don't get snow days. We don't get school closures. We don't get any of that stuff. But my son is actually going to be homeschooled because there's crap going on with his school. So I'm going to have to put time into that with him on top of all of his therapies. So it's literally going to be squeezing in bag testing and bag making and stuff like that. And also what's kind of funny is I was thinking about this yesterday. I prioritize bag making over pattern making. So I'm a mom first, a bag maker second, a pattern maker third. But I haven't been doing the bag making part. I've just been doing the pattern part. So but it's fine because there's a lot of stuff that I've got drawn up that needs to become a reality. And I was not intending on doing a second test for the narcissist, but it's been ongoing for almost 2 years now with the big updates. So we need to get those out because a lot of people are actually asking about that because I don't know how to keep my mouth shut, and I actually spoil the info before it's ready. So I've been telling people for almost 2 years that there's an update, and it was supposed to go full update a year ago, and I can't remember what happened, but it had to go on the back burner. And then in December, I sketched and created my first temper tote. And then I was hoping I could just steamroll into the test and have it released by February, but something happened and I wasn't able to. And then I had the whole issue with like the leaking in the roof and having to move my sewing room and then being discombobulated and not being able to function in my new area. And then we had other stuff going on. And it's just been a laundry list of hell this year. So everything's gotten pushed way back. And now that the temper is finally out, I can focus all of my energies on getting the Narcissist 2.0 out. And then once that's done, the other two things can go out. And then hopefully things will go back to as normal as possible. So it's fun. I would love to have another bag by the end of the year. If I go with something that I've already designed, then it's just going to be creating the pattern pieces, which I can usually have done within a couple of days. And then the nightmare part is writing the instructions. So I have to measure out all the pattern pieces according to my sketch, then create a prototype, make sure everything matches up, create a second prototype to make sure I don't have to make any changes, write the instructions, get it to the testers, redo everything because apparently I can't get everything done right in the first place or the first time around, which is not surprising, but it helps me get better at creating my patterns. So I'm all for it. I try to get them out quick, but I do not work fast. I really don't. I'm not kidding you. I can sketch out a new bag design in 15 minutes. And then it takes 6 months to have it brought out. So, I mean, if I could pay somebody to create the pattern pieces for me and write the instructions, I would be releasing a new bag every month. It is coming along, and I am impressed with what I've seen so far. Actually, ChatGPT does pretty good with verbiage. Like when I did my last tester open call, that was done with ChatGPT. When I did the temper release post with the I guess you call it the recipe for all of the pattern pieces, that was ChatGPT. Yeah, Melissa has a little bit of an unhealthy obsession with ChatGPT. That's her secret, not so secret relationship. She is about 1 or 2 images away from being banned from using ChatGPT. It's fun to play with for creating bag designs, but the sad reality is that it doesn't really truly understand what goes into how a bag is built. So if you don't know what you're looking for, you could easily look at an image from ChatGPT and be like, oh, that's a cute bag. It's a cute bag that's got a zipper that's only half there, and something that should be stitched into the seam allowance is stuck on the side like it's coming right out of the middle of the panel. And you know, it's got its little issues, but it's fun to play with. I don't use it to design any of my bags. I'd love to share my sketches, but there's a lot of designs that I have not released, so I'm not going to show those. But every single bag that I've ever designed has started with a sketch from scratch. And one day I would love to do a video, maybe a live, on how I design bags. But like, I can show, what is this? Oh, my sketching app has updated. I don't know what all this is for, but I'll show this one since this is a bag that's already been released. So this is my basic sketch of the sanctuary tote. It didn't end up being as wide as I have it on here, but this is how I'll sketch it out, and then I'll do different colors for each of the sections, and then I'll write down all of the sections, and then I will write down what I would guess the measurements are going to be. And then once I have all of those pieces together, I will go and I will cut them out, and I will make adjustments as needed as I sew. So that's how I do it. Let me see if I can find an actual sketch, because sometimes I sketch them out by hand. Is there anything that I've got that none of this stuff has ever been released though? No, that would need to be from my sketch pad, which is over here. A lot of this stuff I transferred onto my tablet, but so ignore the red on here because my son went to town with a watercolor pen, but this was the original sketch for the narcissist. So I'm not a very good sketcher, but that's how it starts. And at first I did start sketching out the actual pattern pieces, but then I chose to do that in Photoshop instead. And I wrote down everything longhand. Trying to find, I know I've got nope, that one's not released. 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 Jesus, that one's not released. Here's one that was released. Well, actually, no, it's not released as a pattern, but the bag has been released. I did this as a custom. My my uncle's sister had a dog that she liked to carry around named Peanut. Unfortunately, Peanut is no longer with us, but she wanted me to design a puppy tote for him. And so I did. And it's called Peanut's Ride, and I haven't actually publicly released it yet because not a lot of people carry their dogs around. Kiva was my model for that one since she was Peanut's size. And there's the bowler bag that I can't show you. That one's not released. And that one's not released. That one's not released. Here's the original sketch for this sanctuary. So I did actually do that one by hand first. And then I just transferred it into my computer. And that's not released. Oh, look, there's another wallet. Still working on a sketch for Peanuts Ride's doo-doo bag. That's not released. Ah, here we go. So here's the original sketch for the Bat Company bag. So as you can see, I had both flaps on there. I've got the hidden pocket, the main compartment. I originally designed it with grommets, but I also played around with doing strap anchors and ultimately removed that, released it with the grommets, and then later decided I still wanted a strap anchor. So I did a full body or a full gusset length strap anchor. So that's how I do. Yeah, I typically do a sketch in about between 15 and 30 minutes. And then I've got a full-on bag design. And that's probably the most fun process for me. I love doing that. I would love to release Peanuts Ride one day. I just want to double check safety, and I might try and carry around one of my girls for a while to see how secure it is. And there's some other features that I want to add to it, so we'll see one day. I still have the original and second, the first two prototypes that I've ever made. And then I made the third one that I sent to her in California. And then I had a fourth one that I made for a gift swap because my recipient partner said that she wanted something she could carry her dog in. So I was like, convenient that I've already made a dog carrier. Oh my God. I know. I will not contribute to the chaos that is Labubu. I am not interested. And you'd try too, wouldn't you? I don't think it would work. Melissa, shut your mouth. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think I can make anything that would carry dogs that size. That'd be a little crazy. It'd have to be like a 2-person carrier and probably had to put wheels on it. And at that point, you may as well just get a kennel. Get those put away before I accidentally cut something. Yeah, I find it funny carrying big dogs around. I've got, well, we no longer have a big dog. She's been rehomed as of December. But we do have a 5-pound Pomeranian, a 10-pound Pomeranian, and, or no, she's 8, I think, pounds, and a 40-pound American Eskimo. And the American Eskimo wants to be carried around like the Pomeranians, but she can't stand not having her paws on the ground, which is really weird. All right, so it is 12:30 for me now. And Amber and Jen are going to be live at 8 a.m. my time. So that leaves me probably about 6 hours to sleep because I need to go lay down, listen to an audiobook, and play some of my games on my tablet. Nightly ritual. But if I can be in bed by 1 a.m., that's going to be a miracle. So I think I'm going to go ahead and head off. I'm going to ogle these for like another 5 minutes. Guys, are there going to be more of the pink plaid going into retail on Wednesday? Did you order enough? Because I want more, and I know other people want some. Yes, you need to get your butt to bed too. We should all go to bed. Yes, Melissa, they are. It's crazy. Apparently, they're early birds. I'm a night owl. This is going to suck, but I want to be there for it. I don't want to watch the replay. So it's going to be fun. I believe that they are actually shrinking it down to like 60%. I think is what Amber was showing off earlier. So it's pretty crazy. I can't wait to see it. So, well, that sucks. Oh, well. If it's available for pre-order again, then maybe I should use it before I order more. That would be a good idea. Oh, I just love petting vinyl. I have a 6666 sickness. My obsession with vinyl is crazy. I need to do a de-stash one day and get rid of all the stuff I'm never going to use. I don't know. It's hard to get rid of. It is. I made one at 85 for a customer once. I do have an obsession with crosshatch, but it's gorgeous. Can you blame me? I mean, look at that. Look at it. Oh my God. People, I'm sitting here trying to enjoy the night sounds, the fresh air, the bugs chirping, and people are driving down my street, blasting their funky music. Go away. Oh my God, there's so much. I don't even know what I want to sew first. I do know that I have to cut out a bunch of stuff for the narcissist. Ooh, maybe I should do one of these in the narcissist. What about this one? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so we're going to hang up now or sign off or whatever you do when you stop going live. Anyways, everybody, if it's your bedtime, go to bed. If it's not, still go to bed. We all need sleep. Thanks for hanging with me, and hopefully you ogled plenty of goodies. Head over to the J&R site, listed down in the description, both retail and pre-order sites are listed. Bookmark them, save them, take advantage of that discount that Reen was so kind to give to everybody earlier. And I guess I will see you guys the next time. Bye.